That's funny. The dog needs something to wipe him with. Let's wrap the dog in a jumper. Hi guys. In December, we decided to close the kebab season, and on the smell from the other side of the shore came a little dog. If we hadn't caught it on video, nobody would have believed us. But while I was wondering what was going on, the dog managed to swim across the river, which is not very wide. Where did the dog come from? We're in the middle of nowhere, with the nearest village miles away. And how desperate or hungry do you have to be to swim across the river on a scent? And it's only +2 degrees. You don't know if they'll feed you or not. We made another fire, wrapped the dog in an old hoodie, and started to dry the poor dog. Well, and of course we gave him a treat for which he even took this step. Half an hour passed, and the dog was dry, but what to do next? It's a shame to leave him out in the wilderness, because in winter, he's sure to starve to death. Not knowing what to do, we took the dog with us. The dog lay on our hands and didn't know how to be happy or think where I'm going all the way, but at least now he's warm and has eaten a little. When we arrived at the hangar, we were greeted in the traditional way by Jack the guard dog. He started to show interest in the puppy, sniffing her all over the place. And then we realized that our sudden discovery was a girl. Jack had some uneaten porridge in his plate, with meat and cooked in a thick broth. Jack is quite fat, but a hungry dog will not mind eating it. When the dog realized that there were other dogs eating the porridge, he started to eat it himself. Let's not pit the dogs against each other. Maybe they'll become friends in the future. We offered the dog a separate meal, and he, or rather she, did not refuse. When you look at the dog, you feel sorry for him. It was obviously hungry because it was in such a hurry to eat the porridge that it was choking. She is also shaking and clutching her tail, not with joy, not with fear. She seems to have eaten, so it's time for a primary inspection. With the naked eye, you can see that the dog is quite thin. You can study dog anatomy. The skeleton is covered in skin, every bone is visible, all the ribs stand out. Not surprisingly, the dog was also incredibly flea-infested. The fleas have built themselves an entire city, but it's a manageable problem. The dog is still stressed and shaking, so we won't touch him again today and let him get used to his new surroundings. The dog even seems to be getting used to the new place, curled up next to the heater on the tripod covers and sleeping. Let him warm up, and tomorrow we will give him a thorough inspection. The next day, the dog met us in a very friendly way, so the feeling of fear was gone. At least today she's not shaking like last night. It seems she has realized that no one is going to hurt her. Although the dog had eaten the night before, it's understandable that she was hungry overnight. And while food is being prepared for our watchdog Jack, the puppy has nothing to eat but bread. But this dog is not the kind of dog who will go through food. He eats and even helps himself with his paw. So what if it was kebab yesterday and bread today, and she gobbles it up with a particular greediness, as if she can't get enough? But bread alone is not enough to feed a dog, so when he was given a bowl of porridge with minced meat, he ate it too, again with the same greediness, although no one took it away from him. Well, now that the puppy is a little more settled and full, it's time to put him on the operating table. It's time for a general checkup for shingles, wounds, and other unpleasant things. As it turned out, the idea of a general inspection was far from a waste of time. Fleas were not the only inhabitants of the dog's body. We found a huge old tick in the undercoat of his neck. Pulling it out was going to be a challenge. We burned the tweezers with a torch to make sure they were sterile and germ-free. The dog was beginning to suspect something. He looked worried, but it's all for your own good. Nevertheless, the dog sat still during the procedure and did not interfere, so the pest was removed without much effort. As you can see, the mite is huge, and conversation is short with these insects, so hydrogen peroxide was used. The spot was also treated with peroxide spray. Now that the ticks are gone, it's time to declare war on the fleas. The dog immediately needs a bath. As soon as the coat was shampooed, the fleas came to the surface. Predictably, the water was dirty when it was rinsed off. But the fight against fleas is not over yet. It is necessary to carry out a full preventive complex. Let's wait for the dog to dry and continue the fight against fleas. We take an ampule of flea repellent and apply a few drops to the dog's withers. By the way, folks, we still haven't found a name for our young friend, or rather, girlfriend, so we need your help. Write in the comments what you would like to call this puppy, and we will choose the most original name and give it to the puppy. In a new place for a dog, it's time to make new friends. So we even had time to introduce the puppy to Hype the raccoon. But you'll see how their first meeting went in one of the next videos. In fact, this is only part of a really cool video, because we're going to tell you how Hype the raccoon met a very exotic animal. Anyway, you'll find out soon enough. In the meantime, it's been 2 days since we flea treated the dog. That means it's time to go to war with the other parasites that often plague dogs. Who would have guessed it? We're talking about worms. Just in case, we have prepared a special pill. Surprisingly, as soon as the dog was offered the pill, he started wagging his tail happily, and he ate it without a problem. Either the pill is very tasty, or the dog is still hungry and trusts us so much that he is sure that nothing bad will be offered to him. It's been a while, and the pill has done its job. What do you think he looks like? Now pay attention. If any of you are eating biscuits and tea in front of a computer screen, you'd better close your eyes. What you're seeing are dead worms that will naturally leave our dog's system the very next day. It's not for the faint-hearted, especially as some of the worms are as long as a matchbox, but at least the animal is better now. There's still one more thing to do. It's been a week since we got the dog, but the fleas are so entrenched in her coat that they don't want to go. The puppy was very friendly when we unpacked the collar and even tried to lick our hands, and when we put it on, the dog was very calm. Let's hope we're done with these little bloodsuckers. We are certainly not experts in the field of psychiatry, especially canine psychiatry, but there is cause for concern. There is every reason to believe that the dog has a disturbed psyche. Every time she sees us, she immediately starts fawning and wagging her tail. She also gets so excited that she starts peeing with joy. We consulted specialists, and it turned out that this behavior is related to childhood trauma. Perhaps she was kicked. The dog expects to be hurt at any moment, hence her playful behavior, and wants to prevent it. Although she's being treated well now, her past experiences have taken their toll on her mental state. Her life of hunger must have started when she was a child. She may even have seen her siblings go over the rainbow because of starvation. Such events can easily upset a puppy's psyche. In any case, it is to be hoped that she will forget her dark past, but it will take a lot of work. That's all for now. Bye-bye.